Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dark Dungeons, JonTron by the channel JonTron Show. Yeah, I don't know how I missed this one, but I don't think I've reacted to this one. Yeah, this is like another like TV show, movie type of thing. I don't think it's a game video. It's an old one, like 6 years old. But yeah, I like whenever John does shit like this, right? A review like, there's a Howling 2. I think that's the latest TV movie thing I reacted from JonTron. And there was also one of the newer videos of him. I forgot the name of that. Right, who literally imported temple from India or something. JonTron Show is, all the things are unbeatable from this channel. So let's watch it. Remember to track my Rickson, don't like subscribe. So I know which type of videos to react to more. Check out the Rick Sunday. There's a link in the description. Yeah.
JonTron.
Okay.
Grandmaster, I have returned from my mission. Now every young boy in Nebraska knows that if he gets a little too curious down there, severe blindness and furry palms will ensue.
Magnificent Barbarelius. What you lack in a normal name, you make up in passion for our cause. The cycle of fear-mongering is almost complete. There is but one more young boy we must capture to turn the tides of war.
Master, you don't mean... It's too risky, we don't have to...
Silence, uninitiated one! It is a risk well worth taking. The time has come.
Back with your fiends! Back to the realm of Molestrian!
Wow. That was really great in this movie. I don't remember being in.
Oh, no! I am losing the fight! I'm going down!
You know what I feel like talking about today? Fear-mongering.
It never goes out of style. From Reefer Madness back in 1936, warning us of the dangers of the demon drug marijuana, to the Red Scare, keeping us away from those evil commies who could be your next-door neighbor, to even the news media today with its endless upon endless mountains of scare campaigns. Every day it seems something new is encroaching on you, waiting to strike when you least expect it.
Oh! Ah! Who are you?
I'm Rich.
Okay, could you get out of my house?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck? Is that what's going to be the theme of this thing?
Anyways, that brings me...
Spontaneous, no context. Is that what's going to be the theme? Damn seriously, but the Red Menace was an actual movie, huh? I remember that was the name of the mini game in Fallout 4, I think. I like Fallout games for that, right? Their references go back, like, rooted in reality. So obviously there is many places like, Britain and even the US did many of the propaganda style movies. I didn't know they actually made a movie against communism.
To today's subject, the Chick Tract. For those of you that don't know, a Chick Tract is a short evangelical literary work created and published by American publisher Jack T. Chick. In short, they're a bunch of brief comics that warn about the folly of man and how to best avoid God's wrath. Now, it sounds silly enough, but this guy is prolific, selling over 750 million tracts via his publication. Gosh be damned, man, that's a lot of Jesus. Jack be nimble, Jack T. Chick, Jack be writing a pile of shit, you know what I'm saying? Okay. One tract, though, was meant to stand out among the rest. The one, the only, the 1984 publication of Dark Dungeons.
What?
This one dealt with the dangers of playing Dungeons and Dragons and the satanic inclinations of those who worship the 20-sided die. I mean, come on, let's talk some sense, all right? We all know
Wait a minute, this shit was real? I remember this from Stranger Things. Stranger Things, a TV show, right? Where there's a plot in, what, a second or third season? where they say that anybody who plays Dungeons and Dragons is a cult, satanic cult or something. That was a real thing?
How dangerous Dungeons and Dragons is. Among the tabletop
So
gaming...
people actually thought that. Oh, that was an actual thing. Like people actually thought that. That's how this dungeon and dark dungeons thing exists in the first place, right? Because people actually mistook that for okay. Kind of makes sense because Dungeons and Dragons is one of the earliest things, right? I mean, when you form a club, people play this kind of thing. But I don't know. Nobody bothered to see what the fuck it actually is before just branding. Oh, this is a satanic thing.
community, Dark Dungeons became something of a cult classic, a cultural bookmarker of the lengths that people would go to demonize a simple hobby.
So, what's this I have here, you may ask? Well,
Dark Dungeons for Dungeons and Dragons, and there was some news thing for GTA. It's all same, right? Yeah, people would use this shit, I think, right? If they're clever, they would use this shit when the people are coming after Grand Theft Auto, right? Like, oh, this is going to increase the crime, this is going to increase Grand Theft Auto crimes and shit like that. People should have just used this. Like, look at that. People thought this was satanic cult, Dungeons and Dragons. They were doing the same shit with this one.
tell you. Apparently, a group of filmmakers acquired the actual legitimate rights to make a film adaptation of the Dark Dungeons tract. And yes, Jack T. Chick put his stamp of approval on it.
That was graphic
himself.
novel, but now
What
it's...
else do I gotta say? It's gonna be a good one. And let's go.
Wait a minute, so that thing was something like a comic or something? I don't know, that was the original one. So now they made a movie out of it.
Oh, and there it goes. 200 damage to my DVD player for reading the data on this goddamn disc. So, our film begins as a secret council discusses how it is plotting to bring more and more innocent youths to the dark side.
Evil will reign,
God.
and we will bring it forth in the flesh.
Astrology and tarot card sales are pulling more and more young people into the Dark One's domain.
World politics are steadily progressing toward our one world government.
And I left an
What is this? What the fuck is this?
Are steadily progressing toward our one world government.
And I left an episode of Bill Nye the Science Guy on 3 separate people's TVs.
I am excited to announce that this year more people have decided to be homosexuals than ever before in history.
Ah yes, the dark magic has been especially strong this year. Gays, okay, popping up left and right.
If we can corrupt just a few more souls at this college, then the stars will be right. And when the stars are right...
Oh shit, he will awaken and revel across the world. Blood dies,
I'm still mumbling.
dies, the end will give you AIDS. Then you'll go to hell with all the Catholics and Jews and play Magic the Gathering with Satan! So here we meet friends and protagonists, Debbie and Marcy, 2 devoutly Christian girls who find themselves on a new college campus together, ready to explore college life and spread the good word of the Lord. They head to their college orientation and watch a film on a projector that's as outdated as the beliefs presented in this film.
Hey, who are those people?
Those are the RPGers.
At this juncture, we're introduced to the so-called RPGers. In this world, they're the cool kids on campus. Very factual there. Marcy and Debbie are instantly allured.
We've been trying to get them thrown off campus for years, but they're just too popular.
What's an RPG?
You don't need to know.
Yeah, I kind of do, though. But, ignoring Mike's warning against engagement with this radical group,
I've seen a lot of students try to dabble with RPGs. Not one has ever stopped.
the girls set off to the fraternity of role players in an attempt to convert some of the players to a different way of thinking, or so they say.
Come on, we've got to socialize. I guess you're right. If we don't go to this party, you and I would be spending all Saturday alone together in our dorm room. And how much fun could we have doing that?
Not much, I guess.
Seen this joke
you could do there.
What could go wrong?
Satanic EDM.
I'm having second thoughts.
Yeah, maybe Maybe we should just go.
And who might you be?
We're just leaving.
Oh, I'm just leaving. I'm right!
So after Hansy McGooner study over here, strong arms
Yep,
Marcy
that's a meme,
away,
right?
they are now whisked into the dark underbelly of the role-playing world.
Are you all having a good time?
I mean, yeah, it's been all right.
Well, I know you all like to drink.
Hydration is important.
Are you ready for the main event?
Yeah!
Are you ready to RPG?
Oh, motherfucker, I was born ready!
Then let's get ready to RPG! RPG! RPG!
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
they
say
say.
so.
Wow, that's a very coincidentally coordinated action.
Yep, that's what they all say, right? Every time they want to play Dungeons and Dragons, right? That's what they say. Let's do the RPGs. I don't know what the point of this movie is. Like, what is the target of this movie, right? Or even the original thing. But if even the original thing says, like, oh, these are the cool kids, and it's just like, But do you have any idea of how real world worked, right? How the fuck people with the Dungeons and Dragon clothes became the cool kid?
Maybe we should go. That senior warned us about playing RPGs.
What does he know?
Mike knows nothing.
What
After all,
where'd
what
you
did he
come
say
from?
would happen?
Excuse me, who are you?
Mike said that once we start, we won't want to stop.
That's true of eating, drinking, and
Pringles, especially the pizza-flavored ones. Oh, look. Here I go again.
I hope you are not disrespecting Mistress Frost by refusing
calm
her.
down, Nitro.
Yes, seriously, what the fuck? Calm down, dude. Go back to playing Flip Cup, huh?
If they want to be a couple of chickens who go their entire lives without experiencing the unrivaled thrill of an RPG, that's their business.
We're not chicken.
Then prove it by playing.
This is
Also, I'm
ridiculous.
gonna need a DNA sample from each of you and a picture of what you think a chicken is. Just to make sure we're talking about the same thing here.
So, the girls fall victim, and the mysterious lady, who is definitely college-aged and the correct demographic for role-playing, introduces them to their new alter egos.
You are Blackleaf, the thief who is to the night as the day is to the shadow.
Shadow?
The shadow.
The shadow.
Yeah, Shadow. Heard you first time. Got it. Got him.
You shall be Elfstar, cleric, and possessor of the...
If their goal was to deter people from playing, Dungeons and Dragons like this is doing opposite of it. Oh, look at that! People gather in party style. Hot people would basically good-looking people would gather around to play Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, let's play more.
real power.
What is the real power?
Yeah, how come, excuse me, why does she get the real power? What is the real power exactly? It sounds better than whoever I got. Shadow? Yeah, Shadow's not as good as real power.
Now, let the games begin.
Oh, she got a real power. I got what? Shadow? Shadow's not even a thing. It's an absence of life. So I get nothing. That's what it is.
And may your roles be ever natural.
Huh? Okay. Playing games with an evil witch woman who's definitely college-aged. Wait, why did that guy just blow smoke out of his face? That's weird. When you die in the game, you die in real life, except you don't. You go back to your dorm and play some GTA 5. Uh-huh. All right, whatever.
I use magic missile to attack the darkness.
Baldric Windy Drawers, defeated and broken at your feet. How shall you slay your defeated foe?
Oh, God.
We don't have to kill him, do we?
No, you could show mercy to your enemy, and all it would cost would be your gold and your weapons.
From my cold, dead, gauntlet dastardly witch!
I will slay the helpless foe. I have no mercy. I am chaotic neutral.
Excellent RPGing, Debbie.
I stab him with a poison dagger. You want it? Huh? You want it? Then take it. Take it! Take it!
You know, it was all cool and good, but after that, I don't think this could be the same anymore.
That was the best RPGing I've seen in 15 years.
You can imagine directors like, okay, yeah, a few pointer there, just, take a notch or down, man. This is fucking ridiculous.
And I'm only 15. Or at least that's what the crack in my brain made my brain say to me. What is this shit? So the girls go home and sit on their beds, dreaming about the fun they had earlier in the night. All the while, the Dark Council schemes about their upcoming sacrifice.
Can I tell you something? When I started casting spells in the game, I felt something. I don't know what it was. I don't even know how to describe it.
Shame.
Keep on trying. You'll get there.
Strong.
See, that wasn't so hard, was it? So, after nights and nights of RPG playing, Debbie's teacher takes note of her failing grades.
You know, when you first started here, I thought you were going to be one of the brightest students here, but ever since you involved yourself in those wicked RPGs, your grades have been going down steadily, month by month.
RPGs aren't that bad.
Spells, poison, battles, maiming, killing.
Yeah, but it's all imagination.
Is it?
Is it, Debbie? Well, I suggest you read a totally real book that has absolutely no poisoning, maiming, or killing in it called the Holy Bible.
Quit the RPGs, Debbie.
Imaginations, right? Magic spelling, deaths. Who would read something like that? Now take this book, go to Sundays and... Oh God, this is so good. I don't get this. Like, look, every single, paranoia type of shit like this, right? Hysteria shit like this that has been created by, different like religion shit or anything else. Like, this is a problem. It has some rooted thing at least, right? Like, okay, you can kind of... What does Dungeons and Dragons and Satanism has anything to do with it? I don't get this. And how are they even making... Like, the person who wrote this script, is he the person who's playing Dungeons and Dragons himself? Because it feels like he's making this cooler than it is. Right? All the cool kids are playing it. It's a club. You go to parties and do this shit. I don't know, man.
It's your only hope.
But predictably, not heeding her professor's advice, she decides to go back in for one final game and discovers she is ready to receive the true power.
Your cleric has been raised to the 8th level.
Distance.
I think it's time you really learn to
The breath stinks.
Do you think you can maybe back up a bit?
I brought Elstar to become a priestess and witch.
Yes. Both of those things for some reason. Wait, hold on. That's what RPGing does? That's what it gives you? Well, that's fucking awesome. I gotta get on that right now. So Debbie uses her newfound real powers to get an A+ on her paper. Oh, and now she dresses like Morticia Adams, by the way. And some weird shit like this goes down.
I think your hands are perfect for spellcasting. So delicate and small.
Ew.
Hello, Mistress Frost.
Enough chit-chatting. We have important matters to discuss. The evil undead Lich Zyklon is attempting to reach the gate.
Mistress Frost?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you finish, Elvira, Mistress in the Dark. It's all good about the evil Lich, but first check out my high-scoring Flappy Bird.
I still love the game, but it doesn't have the same kick it used to have, I could go for some stronger stuff.
Then it is time for LARP.
What's that?
Yeah. What's that?
Live action role-playing.
Block your Thunderbolt. 3,000 in a critical. Dark Elf critical. Thunder! Thy art slain.
Though you have gained many skills through your RPGing, LARPing will tax them as they've never...
Can we take a second and appreciate that JonTron is literally the only best guy who could have reviewed this shit, right? Because you need this kind of overdone scenarios that he does, right? For one joke, he's gonna go out in the field and wear costumes and make this kind of whole scene. He's the best guy to do this.
never been taxed before. Who are you?
I'm Marcy.
No!
I mean, literally, who are you? I have a very short-term memory.
I'm Blackleaf, the thief of the shadows.
Sick voice. So now the dungeon mistress, Mrs. Frost, is prepping the girls for live-action role-playing. She explains that they can never break character, or else suffer the wrath of forever losing their privilege to play RPGs with her. No, that would be a truly unbearable fate.
You come across this in your quest.
This feels like South Park
Here's
episode.
just some kind of Arabic.
Yes, one of the many varieties.
Wait, Marcy, didn't you learn Arabic? You needed it to convert the Muslims, who didn't realize they were actually worshipping the moon god.
I ain't even going near that.
I'm not sure I should.
Marcy, we need to get you to level 8. Read it.
Even the actor will be like, I'm not responding to that. Whatever dialogue is, let's just skip it. Let's move on. They're just putting shit on. I won't be surprised if this is like a South Park episode where they just hype this shit up, but in reality, they're not actually doing anything. They're just It's like playing in their backyard. They think they're casting spell, but it's just like, moving their hand around. Wait a minute.
Anastoltira Alentithor Abdewalbi Marul Al Hokab Hatel Miauch Kajufna.
Salagadoo, la mechicaboo, la bibbity boppity boo. Put them together and what have you got? Bibbity boppity boo.
I think it means something is not dead, which has the capacity to exist eternally.
Just admit it. You put that shit in Google Translate when we weren't looking, didn't you?
And if the abnormal duration comes, then death might cease.
What on earth does that mean?
That is not dead. For God's sake, would y'all quit that shit? And it's Cthulhu. Of course it's Cthulhu. Who else would it be? We got Cthulhu.
Mistress Frost, the Dark One requires a sacrifice if he is to fully rise.
Why is she using a walkie-talkie? Aren't they demons? Can't they speak to each other through brain? And since when has she got an earpiece on? I mean, these are a bunch of well-coordinated techie demigods, I'll tell you that much.
I can easily take care of that.
No. The Dark One needs one of them to take her own life.
Actually, McDougal back here says we all get a free Egg McMuffin if you do the slaying yourself, so you know what to do. You know what, actually, it's probably not the greatest idea to piss off Cthulhu Lord of Darkness for the McDonald's breakfast menu, so, abort mission, actually. Hey, you know what, fuck it. McMuffins all around, let's get this party started! Yeah!
You travel deep, deep down your path, where you encounter the zombie.
I shall decapitate the fiend.
You encounter...
Who now? Excuse me, what's my one again?
I am Tiamat.
How are you doing that with your voice?
That is not an adequate answer to my question!
I am Legion.
Stop that right now!
If you act, you will be breaking character.
Oh God, anything but that! So, Debbie comes to the conclusion.
Why does this feel like a colossal parody, man? See, when asking how you change your voice, like, that's just that.
That she must betray Marcy as not to break her character, and Marcy is declared dead from the game.
Marcy, get out of here. You're dead. You don't exist anymore. So just walk away.
My God, this is gonna be really awkward when they get home into their dorm tonight.
Eat ice cream?
No!
Oh yeah, that's awkward.
Marcy, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah! No, like, I mean, you really didn't. This whole thing wasn't really a big deal, honestly.
It's my fault Blackleaf died. I can't face life alone.
So yes, Marcy fucking actually hangs herself over exile from the RPG, and well, fun fact about this frame, it's actually ripped straight from the original Chick Tract, right down to the formatting and the font of the text. Now that's how you do an adaptation. Take note of that, Dragon Ball Evolution, you fucking anomalous wretch in need of euthanization.
I can't get Marcy out of my mind. How could she do something like this?
It would have happened sooner or later. All she was good for was reading the Necronomicon and summoning Cthulhu.
Yeah, come on, that's it. That's all she was good for.
Being upset that she caused her friend to commit suicide, as one does, Debbie gets even more fired up and plays right into the hands of Mrs. Frost. So logically, she goes into the nearby steam tunnels and starts casting spells at bat sounds. And also she encounters a poo-poo monster that tries to eat her.
I want to be eaten!
Oh, I feel that!
Debbie, why don't you just give up?
Oh gosh, the ghost.
Yeah, this reminds me of like how much sound cues help with how you think, right? Like that Seinfeld music kind of changes the whole context. Like lots of people can't even laugh on a scene if there's no laugh track there. I'm like, what the fuck? Why do you need a laugh track? But okay. So this is fucking ridiculous. And as far as this go, like, did I miss something? What is I guess the point of the original one, I'm not talking about this movie thing because they just made this movie into it, right? But the original thing, what was the point of that, right? First of all, there's Cthulhu in there. Cthulhu is not biblical, right? So is this Bible or just somebody just inspired from Bible things and created this? Because they talk about Satan and now they jump to Cthulhu. And the point of this was what? Deter people from playing RPG or something? Or there is no point, they just made this shit.
If Marcy is back, it's a miracle.
It's your fault. I'm dead.
Okay, even if that were true, little subtlety take you a long way.
Oh, Marcy, I'm so sorry.
Why don't you come join me
I will, Marcy. I will.
in hell? It's one big party.
I'll be there.
All
Just
your friends will be there.
Oh yeah?
I'll
That
join you.
sounds an awful
I promise.
lot like what a disguised Satan would say.
God help me! God help me!
God help me. Alright, this is so fucking ridiculous. Why did she hang herself though? I mean, I know I'm asking for a common sense in something that has no common sense so far. This has all been ridiculous, but still.
Hey, Debbie, what's wrong?
Well, it's a bit of a long story. Has your friend ever hung herself because you killed her character in Dungeons and Dragons?
Evil without end is about to descend upon the works of man.
He'd be like, you know what, this is too much for me. I'll be back. Just walks away.
None of my RPG tomes have the answer how to stop it.
Been there, girlfriend.
Debbie, I told you. Jesus is the only answer. Using RPGs to fight evil will never work. Because RPGs are evil, Debbie.
Amen. So now with the help of Deus Ex Machina Mike, Debbie is taken to the...
Look, I know he couldn't have shown more clips of people firing RPGs, right? But I bet he would have made a whole montage of shit if he could have. But I know YouTube would have gone like haywire, so he can't show that.
One man who can help her rid herself of the evils that now infest her soul because of the tabletop dungeon crawler. The local the local pastor. Hey, could have fooled me. Only difference I see between two is one of them's real yummy. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus sets us free from the bondage of witchcraft. Gather up all of your occult paraphernalia. The rock music, occult books, including those by C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien.
Although I will be given a pass on the works of George R.R. Martin, because fuck me, Jon Snow is just a total goddamn heartthrob, and you know it. If you doubt the occult nature of these books, just take a look here. No kid should be going through a wardrobe into a winter wonderland having dialogue with a talking lion! That should be motherfucking witchcraft!
But don't just throw them away. Burn them.
Yes, burn them!
Shoot him with a
The smaller
gun.
the chance of an unbiased peer-reviewed study, the better!
I need help. My life's a mess. Help me.
So Debbie gives in to the power of the Lord and asks to be absolved of her inner demons.
Debbie!
Think of what you would be giving up.
Who do you really want to lose all your weapons and gold?
Debbie, for God's sake, the man is speaking reason! Listen to him!
You are nothing without the game.
All right, cool it.
Jesus, I repent. I want you to be in charge of everything, not that lousy RPG manual.
Hey, you watch what you're saying about Emmanuel. He's pretty cool. Now, back at base, the demon computing systems are going off the charts because Debbie renounced her role-playing character.
The stars are no longer right.
I mean, your whole system goes down because one person decided not to play it. I guess you need a better business strategy at that point. You rely on one person for a whole operation.
Why are the stars no longer right?
The systems are malfunctioning. John is clocking in at a whopping 3:19.
What did you do?
See you, Cthulhu. Nice to know you. Nice to see you. Abby, what the fuck is this? And so with that, balance is restored. And whoa! Holy crap! Was that necessary? Okay. And the film ends, how else, but with a mass book burning. Beautiful.
Thank you, Lord, for setting me free.
That is word for word how the comic strip goes, and it even makes
Freedom of speech, freedom of expression, people. Apparently, they're celebrating book burning.
mention to the specific works of C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien, which makes it so much better that it's actually in the movie.
I don't get this fucking thing. Why do they hate anything fictional? What's the problem? What, they think it's going to rival the Bible or something? Like, people are going to question the Bible events now if they can see this, like Lord of the Rings shit and all these things, and they can see how this is an imagination. So they start to think, what if the Bible is imagination? That's what they're feeling. So any imagination fantasy type of thing cannot exist. Is that what the point of view is?
Now, you can argue that this movie didn't take this or these topics seriously, but the writer of the original work did, and this is a true adaptation. So
Yeah.
that makes this movie legit. And that's all that matters to me. So everyone, thank you for going on this wonderful journey with me. Good night, and God bless America's secular society. Yeah? Maybe? I don't know. You guys want to see a cool sword trick?
No.
Oh, crap.
So yes, a big thanks to Audible.com for sponsoring this episode of JonTron. Without them, this...
Yep, there we go. Yeah, that's... I mean... Look, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, there you go. Anything's allowed, but holy shit, right? I mean... I get it, the religion gets a free pass on lots of things, but you would not do the same thing with lots of other things if they are, encouraging something like book burning, right? I mean, certain things we universally accept, like this is true or something, right? And then we make regulation and rules based on that. So all these regulatory agencies that look for movies, right? Anyone stops something if that offends people, they're not going to think like, holy shit, that you're burning books here. This is going to offend a lot of people in today's world, at least, right? Because it's you're book burning, basically. So, I don't know. I've seen a lot of movie getting issues over small things that's not going to, affect society on many people to begin with, but it just hurts it. So, people are like, okay, you have to edit that out. But at the same time, you're going to demonize his, games, massively hit fantasy novels from J.R.R. Tolkien and shit like that. You're going to, encourage book burning and it's all fine. I don't know. Yeah, I hate overcorrection always, right? If something is wrong, correct it. But in order to correct something, you overcorrect and let something out. Like religious persecution shouldn't happen, so let religion can do anything. That's kind of a problematic thing. Right, people, that was Dark Dungeons, Dungeons and Dragons by JonTron. Fucking movie, because that's definitely, those are the kind of people, those are the good looking people with a good club and EDM music. Those are the people who play Dungeons and Dragons, definitely. So yeah, if you like my reaction, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.